I lost my full-time job on January 30th, and I was only unemployed for a total of 18 days, and they were the darkest 18 days of my adult life. And I know that sounds really dramatic, and not many people are going to be able to relate to this feeling, but I'm going to say it anyway. I realized that I carry a lot of guilt and shame from a certain time of my life. Whenever I was unemployed, I had to self-reflect on why this was causing so much harm to my mental health, because immediately I started to spiral. And within a week, I had already called my doctor and asked him to see me as soon as possible so I could get back on antidepressants, because I was worried that I was not going to be able to snap out of this. I felt completely unworthy of love, unworthy of living, unworthy of being a mother. And I have so much guilt and shame from a time in my life where I could not financially support my kids on my own. And I was in a situation that I really, really wanted to get out of. And I needed to get out of to be a good mom, because I was so depressed that I couldn't get out of bed. And because I couldn't get out of bed, my kids suffered. And I had a toddler and a newborn, and I truly don't know how I got through that time. And I feel so much shame around that time of my life, because I have vivid memories of moments that I am just so ashamed to even say, but something as simple as my 3-year-old being able to go get himself food from the fridge and then bring it back to bed in the morning, because that's where he would have breakfast, because I couldn't get out of bed because I was so depressed. And I have so much guilt from that time of my life that came up whenever I realized that I could possibly be in that situation again, which I wouldn't even be in that situation again, because I am at a very different place in my life and my relationship and who I am as a person. But it definitely scared the shit out of me. And I know now that that is some trauma that I should probably work through, and guilt and shame should not linger from that time, possibly. I don't know. I kind of feel like it's definitely worthy of guilt and shame, because I was a terrible mom. And looking back, just thinking about my kids watching me be so depressed, I realized that I never fully forgave myself for being so depressed. And I don't know that I'm ready to forgive myself, but I didn't realize that it was something that I was still holding on to. So I have a new job, and even though I am feeling more, I'm feeling better because of that, but I am still feeling a little bit of that guilt and sadness and sickness to my stomach. And I am going to definitely still talk to my doctor about getting on an antidepressant and work on myself and my self-love and worth throughout this next few months, and hopefully forever be able to forgive myself. But that's a new goal I have for 2026 now, because I really want to forgive myself for being the mom that I was when I was in the mental health space that I was in. And hopefully I'll be able to do that.